Hello.
Hello.
How you doing, mate?
How you doing, big man? All right?
I was going to say to you, I'm taking ages there to answer. You give me a hard time in chat. Next thing you're not even going to answer me.
I was trying to I was trying to put a line. The dog was jumping at the top of me. Fucking. Happy St Patrick's Day.
Same to yourself, mate. What do you think of yesterday?
Disgusting. Disgusting. I think now we're at a big crossroads, the support, where there needs to be clear unity. Everybody together. Everybody standing together. People who haven't backed the Green Brigade, or even any fan who's been subject to this in the past, need to open their eyes. You know? But we all know what's happening with cops, government, legislation. We all know what they're all about, you know. It's the club. It's sick to the pit of your stomach that they can sit silent on this, you know.
But then, that's what I was saying to Parrot, the Twitter's message saying it's not the club that's out arresting people, it's not the club, it's not the players. So, why should the club be punished?
No, not the club as a whole punished, but the people within the club.
Right, so
There's clear, out and out police collusion. Clear, 100%.
So how do we do that then?
Well, we need to form some type of thing, but do we hit them? Do we hit them in the pocket? Do we stop buying merchandise? I think fan power needs to over. Celtic supporters, we've proved we can do it in the past. I think this is just as big a fight. I tweeted earlier on that the biggest issue for us at the minute, this fan harassment, more important than winning the title and celebrating and running around the park, we've got serious issues here, and they need to be addressed. And I'm not ashamed to say this, two main organisations, the Affiliation and the Celtic Supporters Association, need to grow a set of balls here. The FAC were trying to push a statement out last week, and both of them backed out it. Now, we need clear transparency. I would urge anybody who's a member of a supporters club, get in touch with your bus conveners, get in touch, whether it's the association, whether it's the Affiliation, hammer them, hit them, say, you know, back us up, use our voice. These are the people who are in meeting with Peter Lawwell, meeting with whoever else. These are the people who have got a voice. These are the people that can fight your corner, you know. So, if you're paying your season ticket money, you're paying your membership money at a supporters club, your dues to the association or the Affiliation, speak up, you know.
I know my sounds quite bad, Stevie, when I come across, because I think it takes about 10-15 seconds for I don't know what it is, how it works. My solution would be, and although the Green Brigade yesterday is basically they done like a march and what have you, I would if I was a Green Brigade, right, I would basically say, right, let's see what kind of support we've got, right, and what I would do is I was basically saying we want everybody to go to the football but not to go in. That is the thing. Go in, stand outside for the first 45 minutes, then go in at half time, then we'll wait and see if the club are going to back us for the
The Green Brigade, sorry, big man. The Green Brigade boys have had a boycott in the past, and whether it got the point across or no, whether it was effective or no, did it change anything? No, it's made things worse. I think we need the whole support to galvanise here and come up with something. Will we march? Boys tried to march peacefully yesterday and were met with batons. Do you know what I mean? So,
but that's what that's what I'm saying, Stevie. It's a fact that I think the Green Brigade, and you've got to take your hat off to the guys. They've never come out and they've never asked for like major support. They've never asked people to stop going to the games, and you've got to take the hat off to them for that. But what I will say is, I think we need to say to the Green Brigade, no, we would like you to stand with us, the rest of the Celtic fans, because we're going to come and support you. We will go to the game. I don't know, when the split goes, maybe the second last game of the season, and we go and we actually stand outside until the first half, just to see what happens then. How many fans are going to stand and support them? And I think, to be honest with you, the fans that are standing outside turn around and say, well, no, if you aren't going to be doing anything, we're not going to be buying our season tickets next year, and that is it. And I think if they had to go in and there's only 5,000, 10,000 fans inside the ground and 30,000 fans outside it, I think that's the only way Peter Lowell will turn around and say, oh, wait a minute here,
Well, the ball's in our court because probably any week now we're going to get season ticket renewals dropping through the doors. So I would say from here on in, we galvanise, stick together, build this campaign and just tell the club that these will not be getting renewed until the club publicly back their own supporters and do something about this. And whether that means the club personally rallying MPs or lawyers, taking this to government, taking the police to task, whatever, because yesterday is unacceptable. You know? Unacceptable. And but it's just another notch. It's just another rung on the ladder of what's been going on, you know?
What really annoyed me, Steve, is the fact that the Green Brigade issued a statement saying it was going to be now, let's face it, the police have probably got access to the Green Brigade's statement and says they want a peaceful process.
Oh, it was very public what was happening, you know. But
how many
it was stated that it was peaceful.
Yeah.
Stated, you know.
The problem was, mate, it was the fact that there were a Nazi protest taking place as well. And that's the thing where you say, we as Celtic fans can go all over the world. Went to Seville, 89,000 of us went to Seville, and not one arrest. I was in Barcelona, there were 10,000 fans in the stadium. Don't get me wrong, there was a riot police. Now, if anybody was at Barcelona, will know what I was talking about. Now, we did leave kind of 5 minutes early because we knew 5 policemen, 8,000 fans up to the stadium.
Well, see in Barcelona, well, obviously I got kept back at the final whistle. By the time, we walked down that winding concourse thing all the way down at the bottom, feel like you're never getting there. We got to the bottom, I was kind of at the front, 4 or 5 of us, and as we approached the car park, as you come off the ramp at the bottom of the new camp, there was 2 lines of police standing applauding us. You know, and this is us being away in a foreign country and filled up with booze all day long. You know what I mean?
Well, Stevie, can you remember once I left just when the police started to come round because it was about 6:30 or something, 6:45. They wanted to start ushering the fans up to the ground, and there were about 5 police, right? And what actually happened is, remember they all started to do the huddle, right? And it was 5 police that actually got these group of guys, but the Celtic fans were like, after 5 minutes, they stood for 5 minutes and said, right, come on guys, let's go. 8,000 Celtic fans, 5 police. Don't get me wrong, there were about 10 vans falling.
Not even 8,000, right? You take your stadium on an average match day, average, 40,000.
Yeah.
The figures are buttered right enough. I think yesterday was about 34, 35. How do we need to justify any police presence within the stadium? Surely you only need police turning up inside an event like that if there's disorder or if there's something wrong. Why have we got stewards and police? Why do we need police inside the stadium? You know?
I just think it's...
They're an emergency service. We've got ambulance men sitting at the side of the pitch who will be used if there's an emergency. Police should be used in the same manner. No standing with cameras. No standing facing the crowd. They're serving no purpose whatsoever. And the Green Brigade section 111, that's just complete and utter intimidation. And if Peter Lawwell or any of the statements that's been released from Celtic Park claiming that they've not got anything, any collusion with police or anything, then they're lying through the skin of their teeth.
Of course they're lying, Steve.
For a fact.
For the simple reason is Paulie was on, that's what I was meant to say at the party, he was on Beyond the Waves yesterday and they were telling them, now, no matter who it was, Strathclyde Police or Celtic, Celtic have allowed them to do it, actually put a camera on top of the stadium pointing right into section 111.
There is 4 different camera angles on view of section 111. Now, if you're in the stadium looking, I've managed to look up and I've seen 2. So the other 2 are obviously hidden. I was privy to the original meeting. It was myself who made the contact with the Green Brigade regarding the video footage shown in the boardroom to the Affiliation and the CSA. And there's clear, they can take me to task on this, I don't mind saying it publicly, 100% Peter Lawwell, Ronnie Hawthorne and Mr Brannan are colluding against the Green Brigade. 100%. Right. Clear video footage, zooming in on people, pinpointing them, taking seat numbers, names, clear and utter. And the line that the Green Brigade used that was rubbished was the line used by Peter Lawwell after Dens Park when he said he would relax the stewarding of the section of 111 for 2 matches, in his words, hopefully will give them enough rope to hang themselves.
Yeah.
That was said in a meeting with 4 of us in the room. The 2 others who were present in the room have since denied they heard it. I put my neck on the line to approach the Green Brigade, because at the end of the day, regardless of my position, being on the committee and the affiliation, prior at then, being privy to that meeting, hearing that, witnessing what I witnessed, seeing Mr. Brannan, Mr. Hawthorne and Lowell sitting in the boardroom, pinpointing individuals, group leaders of the Green Brigade from a video surveillance, zooming in on them, zooming in on their face, zooming in on a button on your shirt. Now, why do we need that level of surveillance on a group? Because he wants to squash them. 100%. He wants them. He wants rid of them. Now, if I'm just a normal Celtic supporter, which I am, or if I'm a Green Brigade member, or if I'm anybody who happened to be privy to that information and that knowledge that day in that meeting, then you've really got to stand up and say, you must contact, or you must let your fellow Celtic support. I couldn't sleep at night, knowing that I seen that, what I witnessed that night, what I knew that night. Within myself, I had to make contact with the Green Brigade boys and let them know what was happening here. I've since resigned from the affiliation. Resignation's not been accepted, but I've resigned. Last week, the refusal to come out with a statement, and the CSA are just a bit as guilty on this, by the way. CSA members, affiliation members, take your committees to task on this. They are not backing up the support. Now, this weekend just illustrated everything that's going on. You know, complete and utter collusion, attack. Now, whether that's a Green Brigade member, whether it doesn't matter what your political leanings, anything that you have, if you're a season book holder and you're a Celtic supporter, then bottom line, that's all you are. You're a Celtic supporter. You know, none of us are any better or any different from each other. We're Celtic supporters.
No,
something has to happen here. Something has to happen. You know, I think on Saturday there was initially meant to be an FAC protest, followed by a march. Now, due to the CSA and the affiliation not backing the statement that was going out as a joint statement, I think that was pulled. Now, it's disgusting. The Supporters Association and the affiliation cannot now come out after that yesterday and back your supporters. Then you're as well folding both. Too comfortable? Enjoying Peter's tea and biscuits and their free seats? I don't know. I certainly won't be putting my name to it, so tender my resignation and you stand up with your fellow supporters. So hopefully from here we can build something and all stick together. So.
Do you know, mate, brilliant. Thanks for coming on. And one of the guys who turned around and says thanks for being so honest as well. And I think hopefully all these doubters have turned around and says in the past, and you know, or they bring it on themselves and what have you. Hopefully what happened at this weekend will turn around and say, no, wait a minute. What I seen on YouTube and what have you was shocking.
Even before that, even prior to that.
Oh yeah.
You know, even prior to that, way back, you know, that meeting that I was in was prior to Christmas. Even Dens Park. You know, I've just got this picture in my head when the match finished at Dens Park. Lowell walked into the Dundee boardroom and thought, go and put a wee press statement out. You know, who else did he contact? The Sun, the garbage that was spouted by John Hartson, Phil McGullivan doing a piece. You know, were any of them there? Was any of them behind the goals? I was. You know, harking back to riots and days in the 70s and disgusting and stewards getting punched and police getting punched and women cowering for lives. And you ever heard so much drivel in all your life, you know? Complete and utter set agenda against our support.
I just think it's about time that I think hopefully everybody will say, no, we've had enough. We want your club back. And if Celtic are in behind the police and what have you, and as you